You see, we got Mike Corzima. There might be no coming back from this one or from this. Probably talking about Anthony Edwards.
Edwards, a 32-point night. Turnaround, the fade, Jordan-esque. 6, oh, the crossover. Edwards, A1 from day one. Finally gets it to him. Edwards launches.
Ooh, that's the one he missed.
And this is what Jerry West saw when he made that big trade.
1997.
Look at this play. He's been the heart of this resurgence. Gets a big jumper there.
5 seconds left. 4, Bryant drives.
Oh, it was when he airballed. RP everyone on that helicopter. Yikes!
What if I were to tell you that in front of our very eyes, Anthony Edwards just proved that he was on the path to true greatness? That when looking at his performance against the #1 seed Denver Nuggets in the first
He banked it in! He banked it in!
Clear evidence to believe that if there's
Well, why is Jokic on the floor right there? What happened? Cardi Towns hit him in the face?
Evidence to believe that if there's one man to bet on in the NBA in terms of
Ant-Man,
the game's
Ant-Man.
youngest stars, we should be betting
KCP.
all on Anthony Edwards.
He got
What's up, guys?
sick!
Mike here, and with Anthony Edwards, we also have talent, a lot of talent. Because when we look into Anthony Edwards' 2023 regular season, we find that he has already put himself among the game's greats with a historic third year on paper at.
I know he averaged like 25 points per game, right?
After averaging over 24 points, 5
We are 25, round up. He averaged 25, 4, and 6. 25 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists.
rebounds and 4 assists
At 21 years old.
age of 21.
LeBron, Michael Jordan, T-Mac, Luka.
Includes 4 of the best names you can possibly see. Tracy McGrady still had a Hall of Fame career despite the injuries that held him back. Luka Doncic is currently considered the player.
Does Tracy McGrady have a ring? Did he win a ring with the Spurs? I think he did.
In his first 4 seasons,
He didn't get no PT, but he won a ring.
had 3 first-team All-NBA appearances. And then we have the actual GOAT race in LeBron James versus Michael Jordan. Anthony Edwards' name is on this list. That is how historic he was this season. We should be giving him a lot more respect because also there are 2 more factors in play. 1, Anthony Edwards was tremendously better in the second half of this season, and number 2, Anthony Edwards raised his game in the playoffs in a way that only true give me the ball with the game on the line and get out of the way superstars do.
Oh, I thought my dark screen was dark.
Ant raised his regular
It was already-
scoring average by around 4 points per game, and this season the difference was around 7.
And he was lining the Grizzlies up in the 2022 playoffs. Sheesh!
More points
He gave them problems.
A player who is in his 3rd season. Keep in mind, this was a very big season for Anthony Edwards competitive wise. In his first 2 seasons, Anthony Edwards watched as LaMelo Ball brought his Hornets to a play-in game, while also LaMelo was an NBA All-Star. Headed into year 3, it was known this was bugging Ant, which meant first we got the All-Star game. First we got that incredible moment with LeBron.
We're on this incredible tour of a troll.
Mike, you sponsored by Trolls? Or Viator? I ain't gonna use Viator to travel.
LeBron James, where Ant was drafted #1 by him. And then Ant showed when it truly mattered. Under the bright lights of the NBA playoffs, Anthony Edwards in year 3 again stands among NBA royalty as he became just one of 2 20-year-olds in NBA history to average at least 20 points.
Luka made the playoffs when he was 20 years old.
In the playoffs.
Luka did not make the playoffs when he was 20 years old, bro.
The only other player being Luka Doncic. This would be a small sample size.
Damn, he missed the playoffs his first year. He doesn't count.
Where in terms of 21-year-olds, we have just 4 who have ever averaged at least 30 points, 5 rebounds, and 5 assists per game in the playoffs.
Oh, in the playoffs.
This time, Michael Jordan's name is left off of this list. That is how incredible Anthony Edwards has been so far this season, which to me raises even more question. We can certainly agree that we have
Don't allow to go bare.
4 and young stars who became.
Someone said, now they should trade Cat. I think Cat can get, they should trade Gobert. I'm like, first of all, Cat would be easier to trade. And second, I think Cat can still get better.
Legends. By the way,
You know what I'm saying? If you want to trade someone, trade Cat. But even though I want to trade him personally because I think he can still get better.
No, I have a new channel where I'm posting 3 times a week.
He can't trade Gobert because no one want him.
On that new channel, we are
It don't even too hard to trade, especially with that contract.
Done. We're just gonna roll the giveaway right now. To celebrate the launch of Coors Light, we are giving away a VIP experience to Game 4 of the NBA Finals.
Next. All right, Mike. There we go.
Wait to pick the winner. This is going to be incredible. We've watched hyped up prospects such as a young Kobe Bryant, a young Steph Curry, a young
Steph Curry was a hyped up prospect?
into the league, rise up in large moments, and then continue to prove others wrong as more and more haters emerge. So I want to know, is there more evidence here that Anthony Edwards is a true superstar in the making? And that is where we come to a combination of two things: natural talent and the drive to become not only great, but the absolute best. The natural talent with Ant is very apparent. We see that Ant not only has been blessed with incredible athleticism, but that also his skill set includes a growing basketball IQ with a huge desire to win. Nobody would accuse Anthony Edwards of going out there and doing anything other than trying to win basketball games, and we just saw how powerful that can be in the game's biggest playoff moments. Ant's natural talent was on full display this series against the Denver Nuggets, where he clearly decided that if the Wolves were going to win a basketball game, just one, the ball was going to need to be in his hands. In the regular season, Ant averaged 20 shots a game, and he proved after a tough game
Took 20 shots a game?
2 through 5, he was only willing to let it fly more. You love to see that. Ant was putting up seemingly
impossible like 15 shots a game, not 20.
Them down again against a top-seeded Denver Nuggets team, where he was going directly against an NBA playoff vet in Jamal Murray, who on his own end, Jamal Murray has a huge chip on his shoulder and is looking for something to prove. However, it was
I thought he was about to spin back the other way.
Playoff series in points per game.
Should have spun back the other way. It would have been an easier shot for you.
This series. Ant averaged 35 points, 5.8 rebounds, and
In the series?
5 assists per game on almost 50% shooting. In those 4 games, the undermanned Timberwolves took one game and lost the other 3 by a combined 21 points.
Okay,
if Anthony Edwards does not rise up against the Denver Nuggets, the Wolves would have gotten...
Mike, you want about Instagram? I didn't know you use Instagram.
Embarrassed out there. But not everyone has Anthony Edwards' ability, and not everyone has the Kobe Bryant desire to succeed. A big statement, I know. But speaking of Kobe, Ant has been compared to him pacing Kobe. With all
he blocked a one-hand power jam. Dang! And he's going on defense too.
Ant has better stats. At 20 years old, same thing, and the same thing at 21. The only difference being, of course, that Kobe was playing on the Lakers with Shaq, and when Kobe was 21, he was winning an NBA championship. What we saw in a young Kobe, though, was a competitive fire and a need to not only be the best, but a need to...
You ain't even looking at the room.
The stats do not lie here. Every...
He's gonna jump over his team instead of just dribble around him.
Need to win. Again, the stats do not lie.
He jumped over his teammate.
Anthony
Edwards just dribbled around him.
Tremendously better. What's more, it has also become very apparent that Anthony Edwards is that type of young star who is not here at all.
He did that on me, bro. I'm stealing the ball instantly. It's easy to steal in my life.
Very nice, still, but Ant is here to prove that
he loves that Euro step, don't he?
He's already been coming at NBA.
I took that move from him. They say you can't land on the same foot that you took off from. That's a travel.
All for the fame or the money. All that is probably very nice. Still.
So when did he take off? He took off with the. He took off with the right. His right. So it's not a travel. All right.
He is the best. He's already been coming at NBA vets who are sitting when 80% healthy.
If there's anything I could change about the league to make it better, probably just all the guys sitting resting. Just play, man.
Hey, what's going on with the video quality?
80%, you got to play. I don't like all the sitting, missing games and stuff.
That is the kind of mentality that
load management
in this story. As when running through a pre-draft,
I think they got a new CBA too. That said like in order to get an NBA where you gotta play at least 65 games.
The Warriors, who at the time
there's a meme going around. Mikal Bridges under the new CBA. He wins every award in the book. Rookie of the year, 6th man of the year, MVP,
in Ant's own words,
most improved,
I'm too tired. I'm like, man,
clutch player of the year.
But I'm not saying it, so I'm just
joking. The man doesn't miss no games.
Steve comes to me like, you can't go any faster. I'm like, I thought I was going pretty fast. He was like, nah. Do it again. So I did it again. I'm going fast. I'm going fast. He stops me and like, you can't go faster than that.
Oh, he's talking about the Warriors. The Warriors workout. when he worked out for the Warriors.
You at number 2, you gotta be a hard worker. Like, you ain't working hard enough. And I think that was a stumble in the road for me. And I looked at it like, I called my trainer afterwards and was like, hey bro, we gotta change it. We gotta change it up. Steve Kerr told me how Steph and KD used to work out super hard. Ever since then is when I felt like I took the next step. This is a story from the team that did not pass on Anthony Edwards, and he's looking back with a chip on his shoulder like, how dare you not draft me? The Warriors never got a chance to draft Anthony Edwards.
Man, that team never got a chance to draft him.
He went number 1, but still, he respected the words of a Hall of Fame coach and the fear that he was.
The Warriors should have drafted LaMelo Ball, bro. Imagine LaMelo and Steph on the same team. Remember that shot Poole took the other day? Imagine that was LaMelo.
To reach his absolute ceiling as a player drove him to immediately call his trainer and say that they needed to be working way harder. That is who Anthony Edwards is. He is also someone that learned that it was a league-wide fact that Ant does not perform on the second game of a back-to-back. And so, after looking at the stats and seeing there was no denying that this was a fact, Ant took this info to his trainer, he adjusted his schedule, and has begun to perform much, much better in those second games. That is the mindset Anthony Edwards is working with on top of the talent and desire. That is the mindset Anthony Edwards is working with on top of his natural ability. That is the mindset that has me believing that he is the game's
He dunked on him.
Star. There we have it. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I really enjoyed making a video on a player I really believe is going to be one of the brightest young stars.
Yes, sir.
We're going to be watching next year and for years.
Yes, sir.
Come. He won't always be a young star. He will get older. But I believe that Anthony Edwards really
He'll be a young star. Just like the Celtics fans always thought Jason Tatum was only 19 years old. He's still 19 years old.
You're already subscribed. Thank you for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day and cue that music. If you're still here.